What is up, everyone? Welcome to the UnderDog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skian, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, how the heck are you?
Pretty good. How's everyone here?
Doing good.
Doing pretty good. How did we do this weekend, betting-wise?
Decent.
I didn't bet this weekend because last weekend honestly couldn't have gone worse. So I need to take a week off.
I think I said so. Here's the problem with doing the podcast on Tuesdays. I changed my mind by Sunday for half the games that I picked. Like, I think I said Texans on the podcast, and then Sunday night I was on Bears plus 6.5, and that was a miracle cover. So, and that was huge for me for the week. And then last night we were on the Falcons over parlay. I also had the Falcons, but I didn't say anything too.
Yeah.
No, I knew you had the Falcons.
I was with Nolan, but I had the Falcons just in silence and utter silence.
Yeah, I was very, very tempted to bet Falcons money line, but I guess I was too chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, what a game, though. Like, that game was crazy.
That game was insane. Kirk Cousins, baby.
Dude, Kirk Cousins came through, dude.
John Robinson 8 touchdowns.
I just don't know what Nick Sirianni is thinking half the time. Like, what are you doing, bro? Hand the fucking football off. That's all you have to do. Like, even if you get a yard and a half, you're fine. Then you can push and get the first down. Like,
I'm honestly surprised he didn't go for it.
Well, and then even if they don't get it, it's like, all right, so they have a minute left and they have to drive fucking 50 yards for a field goal. Like,
right. Yeah, I think honestly, looking back, it's like whatever. I really think it was just that defense, dude, let them down. I don't think really they did anything wrong. Like, you don't pick up the first down, you kick the field goal, they need a touchdown to win with like a minute 50 left. Like, you know how often teams fucking go down and actually score a touchdown? It's like so fucking faded to think that they would have done that.
Well, it's not only that they did that, but like you said, just the manner that they did that. It was like 3 plays of 60 yards and 30 seconds.
You blinked your eyes and they were on the 20
yard line.
They were at the 10.
Yeah, they were at the 10-yard line.
It was like, what the hell, man? It was so easy. It was literally like when Brady came back and beat the Jets that one time, when he was on the Bucks. He came back and like had a touchdown late.
Oh, I think I remember that, actually.
They went down and scored, and then I think they needed I don't know if they needed a touchdown, but he literally went down. It was the easiest drive I think I've ever seen. That is literally what that reminded me of. It was literally like 3 plays, and they were on the 10-yard line. It's like, what the hell, bro?
Drake London's an idiot for also shooting the Dons after the scoring the touchdown.
Right. Oh my god, yeah. Then he almost throws it for him.
Yeah, like.
And then the pick after that, they had a solid chance to actually score a field goal at the end.
Oh, when the Eagles got the ball back, I'm like, they're at least getting a field goal attempt. Like, I didn't think that they weren't gonna like get a field goal attempt off, but Jalen Hurts threw another clutch time interception, so he's got to figure it out.
Dude, he's getting pretty bad with the picks, huh?
I'm not gonna lie, he's taken a step back. Like he just has. Like, I don't know.
Halfway through last year, something happened. I don't understand.
The 49ers broke them in that game. Like, after they played the 49ers last year, the Nick Bosa or whoever on the 49ers was like, yeah, like, basically you just don't let him run and keep everything in front of him and, like, you're fine. Or, like, whatever comment he said. And then after that, they were, like, 1-8 the rest of the year or something. So.
I mean, he was effective running the ball again, but not having A.J. Brown definitely hurt them.
But there's a couple situations, like, remember, it was like 3rd and 4, and he scrambles out to his left, and he tries to throw it in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. I think it was like the second quarter, and I'm yelling at you. I'm like, why did he not take the first down? Like, he had a free first down that he could have ran for, and he decides to like try to thread the needle in the back of the end zone. Like, he made some questionable decisions sometimes, for sure. Like, I don't know.
Do you think any of it has to do with the fact that he hates Sirianni?
I mean, probably a little.
Do we put any stock in that?
I would say a little, like, somewhat.
It has to be a little, right? It's like, okay, they go on this like really crazy run of just losing football games, and now it's continuing. It's like there's got to be something off.
Well, are they the team that they showed week 1 or the team that they showed week 2? Because week 1, like, they had AJ Brown, they were fully healthy, like they had the offense moving, the defense looked like shit. Both weeks I don't think the defense really looked great, but like, are they just a really good offensive team that can't get a stop? Like, what's their identity? I don't really know what they are.
Yeah, but what's their offensive identity even if Hurts is going to be that inconsistent?
You're a short yardage team that runs the ball with Saquon and like AJ Brown gets open every here and there. Like, I don't really know. Like,
Seems like they're a little confused at the moment with who they are. Like they just seem kind of like they can't decide what kind of team they want to be. And then like their defense, their secondary has always been a problem, but it is really bad. They're really dog shit.
Now that the defensive front isn't as elite as it used to be, then they're not there making the defensive backs' job any easier.
Well, yeah, if you're getting no pressure, it's like, all right, well, we can't cover on the back end. Like, people are running wide open in the secondary. Like, Rary McLeod scores a 40-yard touchdown on Gardner Johnson. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, how?
Yeah.
Like, what happened here?
I mean, we're letting Darnell Mooney score. Like, what are we doing?
Or Darnell Mooney, whoever the hell it was, yeah.
Yeah, like, we can't tackle Darnell Mooney. Like, what are we doing, dude? Like, I just think, like, and the perfect ending was the fact that, like, you have primetime Kirk Cousins dicing you up to win at the end of the game.
What did I say right after he dropped that pass, though? I said he's going down the field and scoring a touchdown. And then you're like, he's throwing an interception. I'm like, because it's so obvious that he's throwing an interception here, he's going to go down and score a touchdown. Like, that's just
I know,
how
and then
works.
fucking Hurts throws the interception. I was like, God damn it, dude.
So is it like now primetime Kirk in Atlanta and 1 p.m. Kirk is bad? Did he like flip?
He might have flipped. I'm not gonna lie.
It might be reversed now.
He looked terrible last week.
I don't think he's ever done that in his life. Like that drive was ridiculous. Like
that was one of his best.
Name me one other clutch like Kirk Cousins drive you can think of. I can't think of one. I don't think.
I couldn't tell you one.
I mean, in that game where they were down, what was it, 33-0 to the Colts? He had some pretty good drives.
Yeah, but that's like a fucking regular season game against the Colts. Like, I know this was a regular season game too, but like against the Colts at home, like that was like that was
pretty crazy though.
He's playing Matt Ryan.
True, very true. But he's also playing the defense, not Matt Ryan.
Fair.
Besides the Panthers, the NFC South has looked pretty good this year so far in the first 2 weeks, and the NFC East has looked like shit.
Well, what the fuck? Like, the Saints are just the best team ever?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would not have predicted it, but I mean, every 4 years, I guess Derek Carr is going to have a fucking good year, right? So,
but what?
I mean, they definitely could be really good.
He looked like Helen Keller last year. Now he's just fucking Tom Brady. Like, what?
He did say this was. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I am so happy that this happened. But John Gruden has a YouTube channel now. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I did see that. No, Antonio, it's pretty good. I've seen some clips.
It's so fun. It's literally like his QB camp thing, but like in a YouTube show form, and it's so fucking awesome. And he had Derek Carr on, and Derek Carr was pretty much saying like this is the best off-season training he's ever had. Wow. And that he came into the season more prepared than any other season. And I mean, I guess it's showing, right? I mean, like, who would have thought that like he'd be airing it out like Drew Brees used to? And like, because he was always known for like, he always had a good completion percentage, but he throws like these screen passes all the time. It's like he's fucking airing it out now. And like they have speedy wide receivers. They have Alvin Kamara to pick up the slack. Like, their defense has always been solid.
Alvin Kamara didn't look like this last year. Like Derek Carr didn't. Like they just all got their powers back. Like I mean,
I would argue that Alvin Kamara has been decent the whole time. It's just the team.
I'm not saying he's been bad, but now he's back to like Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, being a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're. Well, I think that now that they have this offense and they have the deep threats, they can kind of utilize them better. It's kind of the perfect storm.
Antonio, do you know who their offensive coordinator is?
I feel like I do, and it's just slipping my mind.
Gary Kubiak's son.
Really? I would not.
Which I was like, I was like, okay, like maybe
It
he's
makes
really
sense,
good. Like
dude.
on the broadcast last night, they were saying he used to like learn under Mike Shanahan and like someone else too. I was like, maybe he's gonna be pretty good.
The Bucks also look pretty damn good.
The Bucks do look good. Nolan was very high on
Baker
Bucks
looks
plus seven
really
and a
good.
half. That was very good shout, Nolan.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think 7 was way too many points to begin with. I didn't think they would win the game. I knew it was going to be close because 7 was just way too many. Like, that was just so disrespectful because this was a playoff matchup last year. I feel like they definitely were owed a little bit less than 7, but for them to come out and win that the way that they did, with Aiden Hutchinson getting 5.5 or 4.5 sacks, 5.5 sacks, whatever he got, and then to still win the game and win a tight game too, like a playoff-esque sort of game. They get the revenge that they wanted. I mean, the Bucks are kind of scary, bro.
The Bucks look good.
Oh, Super Bowl Baker is in play.
MVP Baker is in play.
I love it.
He's like the head of the MVP.
MVP Baker would be hot. I would like that.
Honestly, that would be so sick. I mean, I've always enjoyed Baker. I think he's always been entertaining, but he went through that deep slump where we're like, okay, he just sucks. He's gonna go off into the sunset. He comes into Tampa, and all of a sudden, it's like, dude, what the hell? It's like
I think every week it's gonna be me saying like, "Wow, I love the Bucks," and then it's like, "All right, Bucks +3," and then I'm like, "Wow, the Bucks are losing this week." Like,
yeah, I mean, it's also just it's a good situation to be in when it comes to receivers around you too.
It's a good situation to be in terms of division, also. I mean,
yeah,
and conference.
Normally, the South is not that strong, but who knows this year?
And now it's like the conference is kind of shaky. You know, they could make a run here for number 1 in the NFC right now. Is the way it looks. Like, what the hell?
you're not wrong, actually. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say this. I'm not specifically saying this, but I'm saying this. Are we on a little bit of fraud watch for the Detroit Lions or no?
No, I don't think so. I think this was a tough loss for them, but I think that they're fine.
Not yet.
No, not yet. They're still way too good.
If they're like 1-3, then let's start talking.
I think there's warning signs there. I didn't love what I saw last week on Sunday night.
They definitely haven't looked great or as near to as good as they were last year. But
they just don't throw to Laporta anymore.
No, I was going to say I don't know what Goff really hasn't impressed me in these first 2 games.
I think it's still early.
You're head of the fan club. For you saying that, that's kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean,
shocking.
Got to hope he figures it out. I have Laporta on 3 teams, by the way, so please.
I think also too Minnesota, Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, Sam Darnold was never a bad quarterback.
San Fran's in. You want to talk about teams that are in trouble? San Fran's in trouble. They lose Debo. They lose CMC. George Kittle got banged up. I think he came back in though. But I mean, they're kind of like in trouble.
They're
all of a sudden.
not winning that division.
So how did the odds makers know Minnesota was winning that game? Because that spread made no sense all week. It was 4.5 for San Fran at kickoff.
Yeah, I think we said that on the podcast, didn't we? We're like, how is this?
I think I probably still picked San Francisco because I'm terrible.
I mean, anyone in the right mind should have picked San Francisco in that game.
Which is why you take Minnesota.
True. Doesn't always work out that way, but true.
No, no, I get it. But what the fuck? All right, so Sam Darnold goes from mediocre clarinet player to top 5 quarterback in the league. I don't know how it just.
I mean, dude, he was the number 2 overall draft pick.
Congratulations,
next Aaron Rodgers.
Fucking 10 years ago, Antonio.
Yeah, no, let's not turn this into let's not turn 17? This into.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're not turning this into fucking. Oh, we didn't realize how good Sam Darnold was. He was bad. He was dog shit. He was dog shit when he went. Yes. He was dog shit in fucking San Fran when he came in for those few games. He's fucking dog shit. We're not gonna sit here and say that he's been good this whole time. He's not been good this whole time.
He would have been better to hold on to rather than drafting Zach Wilson.
Okay, yeah, but when you have fucking Justin Jefferson,
I didn't understand why they moved on from Darnold to get Zach Wilson.
Oh
because
yeah,
the Jets fans hated him. The Jets fans.
He was terrible. He was fucking terrible.
The ghosts thing, yeah. Whatever.
He was awful on that team. it was the Jets also, but still, he was fucking terrible. He never showed any like glimpse of anything great. And now it's like, okay, you have Justin Jefferson, who has 130 fucking yards. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, if you can just get the ball to Justin Jefferson, it's the same way when Kirk Cousins came in. We're like, no way Kirk Cousins is going to be that good in Minnesota. And then you got Justin Jefferson, and he started looking like, prime Kirk Cousins. It's like, what the hell?
He was good when Diggs was there too.
Yeah. It's just like, once you get like a top caliber wide receiver, obviously things start to get a little easier.
Wish Jefferson could have finished that game.
Idiot.
I mean, I think he's fine
at the half for me. Then just decided to get carried off the field.
I think he's fine though. I don't think he's that hurt. He'll be back next week. But moving over to the other side, what the fuck is wrong with Baltimore, dude?
They suck.
How do they lose that game? How do they lose that game, bro? Tell me, Sal, how do they lose that game?
This is like the 1 out of every 5 years that Baltimore's bad though. Like, it's like a cycle. Like,
not bad, but just like 7-10.
Because Vegas, that was one where I really think Vegas made the call and said the Ravens can't win this game. I just felt like they were in control like the whole time.
But they play these type of games.
Yeah, like I'm not saying they were like fucking. I'm not saying they were lighting the world on fire, but like, I just thought that was like in the bag for them. But why like every turn?
Hold on.
Yeah.
So what did you?
My connection.
Hold on. So what did you do to your phone?
What's their scheme? What do they do? They love
that. Can't hear us,
they love losing in the fourth quarter with the lead. Like,
Sal. Hello.
Sal.
Oh, I think we lost him, dude. Baltimore. I just think that they play down to their competition. We say it every time, and then they end up playing in these games with these like lower tier teams, and they somehow lose. And then they flirt. They always flirt with losing, and then they somehow win. This time they just couldn't get it over. They just let them do their thing, and then they lost the game. And it's like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen if you keep playing like this.
I just don't think they're a good football team, to be honest. I really don't.
I think it's going stale very quickly there.
Did we all predict them to miss the playoffs? Or not miss the playoffs, but like not win their division?
I had under on 10.5. I know that for sure.
I don't remember. I'm definitely like lower on them than I have been in years past, but like they're still a good team. Obviously I still think they're gonna make the playoffs, but I mean it's going downhill very quickly if they're going to keep playing like this. Like, they need to assert their dominance, and they pick and choose when they want to. I don't like Derrick Henry there. I didn't like it from the beginning. He's literally just a third down. He's meant to just get touchdowns. He's not and John Harbaugh has said this. He said he's not there to carry like 30 balls a game. He's there to just get third downs and touchdowns. He's not there to be like this crazy guy that's getting all these yards. So I don't know. And then you look at like the receivers, Zay Flowers, Bateman. I mean, they're good, but like they're not like crazy good. They're like an off-brand Kansas City, like with these tiny, fast wide receivers. It's like, I don't understand. And then you have
I never liked their receivers. I don't know what it is. It's just like
they haven't had a good wide receiver since like Steve Smith.
Wow. That's crazy.
Like when is there like they have like a true like number one receiver?
No, it's true.
They've had Mark Andrews and now they have Isaiah Likely, who are good, but when you don't throw to them, it's kind of tough. Like Mark Andrews has barely been involved. I don't understand. it's something about the way they run their offense just does not cater to wide receivers at all. And for a long time, it was Lamar Jackson can't throw, but he proved last year that he can throw. He won the MVP. So I don't know.
You can't throw.
Fraud watch on the Ravens, I think, more so than the Lions, I would say.
Well, that whole division's fucked now because the Bengals got so unlucky.
They do this every year though. The Bengals. Did you just Joe Burrow in weeks 1 and 2 combined in his whole career is 1-9.
Well, it's 1-10 now, but you're not worried. You don't think it's
no. I wouldn't be as if they didn't lose the game like that. I would be less worried. They probably should have. I mean, they should have won that game.
I hate watching the Chiefs, bro. That shit was so stupid.
Yep.
It's always like that. Every game, it's always like that.
The offensive line just does not. The Chiefs' offensive line does not get called for holding, ever. They missed 2 holding
they're the
calls.
Patriots.
I get it, but it's like worse.
Now I know how much it sucks watching a team like this. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Now I know how much it sucks watching the Patriots, but not the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, this is maybe even more ridiculous sometimes. I don't know. It's been a while.
This would happen to the Patriots, but it'd be like in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs get it every game.
Oh yeah, the Chiefs get just a fucking wide open mouth from the refs all game.
Every game, dude. It's kind of weird. And here's the thing: the last play of that game on the 4th and 16, it was pass interference. It was, but the fact that they missed 2 holding calls on that play when all they ever do is call holding is crazy to me.
It's easy to
rig the NFL hold on.
Favor certain teams is just the refs will call more holding on one team than the other.
If the Bengals were in the same position on that 4th down and that ball's thrown the same way and the same play happens, are they getting the 4th down call in Arrowhead for pass interference? I say no. I say they're not getting that call.
Yeah, because that's the other thing too. It's like what you said, they throw it late, right? They wait for the pass to be incomplete.
Antonio, they show the replay.
Ridiculous.
And the ball's about to.
You can see it clearly.
What? The ball's about to fall to the ground. Then he throws his flag. What, bro? Throw the flag if it's a flag.
He said, dude. The announcer said it right there. Oh, and a late flag comes in.
Yeah,
because they cut. It always sucks when they cut away from the play, and then you hear the announcer go, "Oh," and they threw the flag, and then you hear the crowd cheer, and you're like, "Fuck, dude! I thought they were about to fuck them right there," and then it's like, "Oh shit, there it is." They get a flag once again. It's it's so fucking annoying.
Once again, it never fails.
So I'm not that worried about the Bengals. I liked a lot what I saw from them. They were a lot better than week 1, obviously. They looked a lot more like the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm not really worried about them. I think that was just an unlucky break, a rigged break, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for the Chiefs.
Rigged.
All right. The other thing too is what is going on with these injuries, bro? It's every year now. Half of the superstars get injured.
I mean, it's week 2 and half the superstars are injured.
Yeah, Tua's career is over. AJ Brown's out. Cooper Kupp is on IR. CMC, I don't even know if he'll play.
Deebo
Samuel, Jordan Love, Kenneth Walker was out this game.
We're 2 weeks in. What is this? 2 weeks.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. They need something needs to happen.
I get to play 2 teams with Deebo Samuel in fantasy this week that they don't get to play,
which is fine. I mean, it just sucks that this continues to happen, and it's just gonna kill the league. Either everyone has to go on the Tom Brady diet, or we need to do something about the preseason. We need to do something.
No,
it's
they need to go on the Eli Manning diet because he literally never got hurt.
Literally, it's just we need to do something here. We can't just not play and then be pushed into competition right away. In the sake of preserving injuries, we are causing more injuries. It doesn't make any sense. All right. Week 3.
Week 3.
Week 3.
Let's start with this Thursday. The New England Patriots are in the Meadowlands to face the New York Jets. New York Jets are minus 6.5 point favorite. Over-unders 38.5. Sal, take it away.
I think Antonio's going to be on the opposite side of this one. I really like the Jets in this game. I really do. I really think this is just an all-out Jet showcase of, oh, here's Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. Here's Breece Hall for a touchdown. Here's Aaron Rodgers fucking flexing on the Patriots. This never, it never goes this way because it's usually the Patriots that have the good team and the Jets have the sorry-ass
Well, even
team.
in the past 2 years, it's still been the Patriots, even when the Patriots haven't.
Right. So now that the Jets have a real quarterback and it's a short week Thursday night primetime game, I love the Jets here. So Jets minus 6.5.
Yeah, I'm not going to go the way you expect me to. I don't think it's going to be like a Jets beat down, but I think they're going to win by more than 6.5, probably about 10 points, something like that. They're just a lot better.
Covering.
Yeah, they're just a lot better than New England, and I think the Jets are starting to settle in. You could see them get more comfortable, I feel like, as that game went on Sunday. So another week, another chance for this team to gel together. Their defense is starting to look good. And Aaron Rodgers, definitely, you can tell there's not a lot of spring in his step compared to the last time he played a full season where he won an MVP. But I don't know. That's kind of the first time you can tell he's showing his age. He still look good. He's just really not going to be able to run around like he always has. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch them, but I think this is a good week for them.
I think I'm opposite of the both of you. I think the Patriots cover this 6.5. I think here's my rationale. I think the Patriots have been moving the ball pretty well. Now
Stevenson looks really good.
Stevenson looks really good. Now against the Jets, they might prove to be a little bit more of a challenge, but I think that they're going to stay relatively the same in terms of offense. I don't think they're going to score a shit ton of points. I think the under might be free in this game. But if the Jets could barely move the ball against the Titans, what makes you think that they're going to move the ball against the Patriots? You know what I mean? Garrett Wilson might get clamped up.
I get your point, but as the season goes along, their offense is going to look better. They're going to play.
I agree.
It's not just.
I agree. I just think that this week is not it. I think the Patriots defense is really good still, and I think that this is going to be a close game. Do I think the Patriots win? No. I think maybe the Jets just win by a field goal. I just don't see this being a 6.5 point cover from the Jets.
The Jets love not having Breece Hall in the game also.
Well, Braylon Allen's not bad. He's actually, obviously put Breece Hall in the game. But
the plays that they ran with him last week looked really good. I just can't pick because I have Breece Hall in fantasy.
Well, any first-round running back was kind of bad. CMC got hurt. Breece Hall, he's been good, but
Bijan can't score touchdowns.
Bijan can't score a touchdown. Who was the other one? There's one more, I thought. Oh, Saquon, that was actually a good pick. But
Great pick.
All right. Second game, the grossest game. The New York Giants head to Cleveland to play the Browns. The Browns are minus 6.5.
Oh.
Over-under again is 38.5. So same line, same over-under, same odds actually. So what do you think, Antonio, since you are the resident Giants fan?
I think the Giants cover because Cleveland can't score either. Cleveland's going to win, but it's going to be a 12-7 game or something like that. It's just going to be a shit storm of terrible offense and terrible quarterback play.
That's really gross. Sal, what do we think?
I picked the Giants the last 2 weeks, and I want to get off the train, but I feel like I'm in the meme. No, I feel like I'm in the meme with the Diamonds where I kept hammering, but I didn't go far enough, so I have to beat the Giants again, even though I really don't want to. So Giants based on pure just fucking disregard for anything.
I think I'm gonna pick the Giants too. I think like, yeah, sure, Daniel Jones might get absolutely hammered in this game. He might die. But I did like what I saw out of Malik Neighbors. He seems to be proving
I was gonna say, I guess he's pretty good.
he's pretty good even with Daniel Jones.
Fourth in receiving yards right now.
So I think I'll pick them to cover the 6.5. I agree with Antonio. I think this game is going to just be ugly. There's not going to be any
how
rhyme
the
or
fuck
reason.
are they moving the ball? Like, how are they going to move the ball though? Like,
neither one of these teams is going to be able to move the ball. It's going to be insane.
What team are you talking about, Sal?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, when Daniel Jones fumbles like twice, then they'll have a short field. But
there is an opportunity here for Amari Cooper to have a big game. But that would be my only hesitation on taking the Giants.
Antonio, why do you look like 20% cuter today? Like, you always look good, but like I feel like you just look very like
Maybe
very
it's
good
the light
today.
down.
I think the light, it's making you glow, kind of.
I know. You can see the sweat and grease on my face from the day.
Oh, maybe that's why
I feel like you should be in
Sal
like
likes that. He's hot. That's
yeah.
hot.
I feel like you should be in like a GTO shoot right now or something, like a Star Wars GTO or something like that.
The working man.
Yeah.
The working man.
I'm like, here, look at this kid.
Like, hell yeah. All right. Moving on. Sal's boyfriend on the Chicago Bears go to Indy. Indianapolis is -1.5, over under 43.5. I actually really like the Bears in this game.
Wow.
I don't think the Colts are that great. They're only 1.5 point favorites at home, where typically they normally play pretty well. The Bears defense is insane. Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears in this one. I think Caleb Williams hasn't looked great. But I think he's also proving that like he doesn't really have to look great for them to still be in these games. So even if he does like 20% better, I think that they'll be in a position to win.
So I'm not off Caleb Williams by any means, but he could stink. Like, he could be terrible. Like, there's a chance that he's actually terrible. There's a chance he's Bryce Young. So
I need you. I really want to like take what you just said and put it right next to when you said right next when you said Caleb Williams is going to be really good.
I still think he is really good, but if it keeps going this way, like obviously it's not gonna be good. Like
he tries. He can't run his way or scramble his way out of every situation.
Well, I mean, the one where he broke out and then threw a pick on the right sideline to like 3 people, I was like, dog.
That was really bad.
That's as bad as it's as bad, but he rolls out right, and I'm like, oh, he's definitely like he looks so confident about to throw the ball. I'm like, oh, he's got a receiver wide open, and then it pans to like 3 defensive backs on the receiver, and they pick it off. I'm like, what were you looking at, dude? What was that?
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's still in the mindset of like he's playing against like accountants or like finance majors. Like he's playing against people with families in the NFL. Like. He can't get away with this shit.
He is struggling a little bit, and it's sad because it's literally what everyone says. It's like, the shit that you're doing is not going to work in the NFL. Like, you got to cut that shit out. And I think glimpses, especially in the first game, he really wasn't doing that. But you can tell once they start going down and they start losing, he starts to like do too much, and he's trying to like force it. And that is just a recipe for disaster. Because in terms of like how dire it actually is, like they'll be down like 1 touchdown. He's trying to do this shit. It's like you really just need to cut your losses sometimes and like throw the ball away once in a while, or like, you know what I mean? It's like you don't have to do all this crazy shit.
They had one good drive at the end of the first half where he took probably 2 or 3 checkdowns that got him like close to a first down, and it's like you gotta live off of that. Like the defense isn't just going to give you 20, 30-yard plays every time, and that's what he lived off of in college. So
yeah,
these little like 5, 7-yard plays, he needs to just accept that that's the reality, like when he plays. But
and I will say, I think he out of any other like first overall pick quarterback that is in this situation, I think he is probably the most capable of getting himself out of it and really learning from his mistakes. Where I feel like some of these other guys like Bryce Young definitely is not. Even though Bryce Young is definitely in a way worse situation. I just feel like he just could never get out of it once he went into this mode of like just pick after pick and like trying to do too much. Like you can very easily just try to like put it all in yourself. Like I need to be the one to get my team out of this. It's like at the end of the day, it's like you can't do it all by yourself. And I think Caleb Williams is way more capable of realizing that he can't do it all himself. As much as I think he's a narcissist and like he just wants all the attention, like as much as I think he's like that, I do really think he's a smart football player and that he can do that. But I really hope he does, but it doesn't. It is a hard thing to do.
Like I said before, I'm not out on him by any means, but there are some flashing warning signs that he could be kind of bad. So
you're not throwing the white flag just yet, but you're getting ready.
I'm looking at it. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not. I don't want to say I'm anywhere close to being like fully out, but like I'm starting to get ready to be out.
All right. Antonio, did you? Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't pick. Oh, none of them picked yet.
I'll take the Bears as well.
I'm gonna take the Colts.
Okay. Houston Texans at the Minnesota Vikings. Houston is -2.5 on the road, over under 45.5.
So Minnesota's just the best team in the nation. Apparently, the Vikings just are the best team ever. Even though I said their fucking under wins are free. That's how that works. That's awesome.
I mean, they are a home dog in this spot. I mean,
against Houston, who's looked very good the first two games. Like,
I mean, yeah, going into this year, if you looked at this matchup, you would have been like, oh, Minnesota's easily like a 6-point dog.
6-point underdog?
Yeah, at home. Like, so now this kind of turns into an interesting matchup. It'll be interesting to see how the Texans play in like a hostile environment on the road.
This is
an big revenge game.
Good call. I like that. This is an over. This is for sure an over.
This is an over.
I like that.
This might be a really fun game.
So are we picking Houston?
I'm not taking the Vikings. The Vikings is the right pick, but I'm taking the Texans. I'm
not taking the Vikings
either. I guess we're all in agreement here. Houston -2.5.
My pick is the over, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but
45.5.
Yeah, 45.5. It definitely goes over.
All right, I like this. I like when we're all in agreement. Sometimes, like when we're all like really confident. I love it.
The Vikings are going to win 31-17. Like
no. All right. Next game on the docket, which is also now a very interesting game, the Philadelphia Eagles going to the Mercedes-Benz Dome to face the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans is -2.5, over under 49.5.
I gotta say, this week in the NFL is very horny.
I would like to agree.
The matchups this week are insane. So this is a tough game because this is like Saints riding high. Saints look like one of the best teams in the NFC. Like, and then you got the Eagles who are desperate off this Monday night loss. Like, it's two very contrasting like feelings going into this game. I don't want to go against the Eagles, but if AJ Brown's out again, I don't love the Eagles in this game going in there. So, what are you picking, Antonio? I want to hear you.
I think I'm going the Saints. This was a pretty tough one. I was looking at this game earlier, and I was like, that's a tough game to pick. I felt like at first that Philly was probably the smarter play, but you know what? I'm going to ride this little Saints thing. They're home. You know they're always going to have a good defense, and if they can limit the run against Philly, then you know what happens.
Yeah, I mean they don't. I feel like,
and with the way their offenses looked, if they did that against Dallas last week in Dallas,
Antonio,
if defense is much easier to throw against.
If the Eagles lose this game, things should get really bad there really quick.
Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of see it going in that direction. I mean, are the Saints really going to be 3-0? But I don't know if they do win this game. I don't know if it's in the same fashion that they've won the last two. But if the Eagles secondary is as Swiss cheese as we think it is, Derek Carr is going to have a field day compared to what he's done the last 2 weeks, no?
Well, he scored like almost every possession that they've had the ball, which is insane.
He's looked insane. Rashid Shaheed is very good. He's very fast. They got Alvin Kamara now. Like, who's the other guy that they got? Olave. Like, they have all these weapons that people really aren't noticing. And I feel like if they go and emphatically beat the Eagles the way that they beat Dallas, we're going to have to start giving them some credit. I mean, we're already kind of giving them credit, but like if they beat this team like 40 to fucking 17, then we're going to have to really start considering them as a Super Bowl contender, no?
Sure.
I mean, that'd be two high caliber teams that people are very high on coming into the year that the Saints just absolutely beat down. I mean, like,
especially with the way the NFC looks, absolutely.
And especially after the first week, nobody really cared. The Saints beat because it was the Panthers. Everyone was like, whatever. It's just the Panthers. And then they go and beat Dallas, and people are like, wait, hold on. And then they're like, well, it is the Cowboys. Like, their defense isn't as good. And now if they do it to the Eagles, they're not going to have any excuses. They're going to have to start looking at this team. I like the Saints here. I don't think they win.
Go ahead. Sorry,
I don't think they win as big as the last 2 weeks, but I do see them winning this game just based on how they've played.
So when I make a pick, sometimes I think about this: like, can one team blow out the other team? Like the Saints for sure can blow out the Eagles. Like,
yeah,
the Eagles can't blow out the Saints in this game.
I can't see the Eagles doing that right now.
So in that retrospect, like, give me the Saints, because if they start getting going, like it might get ugly. So like, I'll take the Saints here.
Yeah, and like if you get into a point where, and what shocked me the most is like their defense. It's like the Dallas couldn't really move the ball against them. Like they could a little bit, and like towards the end, like in garbage time, but like really when it mattered, they kind of got the stops they needed. And would you say that the Eagles' offense without AJ Brown is better than the Cowboys?
Yeah, for sure.
So like, okay, does that have any effect here? It's like how good is their defense going to hold up against a better offense? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. This is a really good game though. I'm excited for it. All right, next up, which is also kind of a sneaky good game, I feel like. The Los Angeles Chargers. Right. The Los Angeles Chargers head to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers are -1.5 at home. Over under 35.5.
Quite literally the easiest game of all time, doing the Chargers. Fuck the Steelers. I hate the fucking Steelers. I hope they die.
I don't know, man. I think this is a close game.
This is the 2-0 win ugly teams.
I mean, 35.5 is low as shit.
Oh my god, it could be 25.5. That's still going under. Like,
is it just gonna be?
This is 10-7. This is 10-7 or 13-10.
It's gonna be Joey Bosa.
It's gonna be 10-10 in the last minute.
Joey Bosa and TJ Watt like clinic here. What are we thinking?
This is just the worst game that's ever been on TV. This is the Chargers, and I don't want to even think about it.
I think I'll also take the Chargers. I really like how they've played. But then you look at it, and then like the Chargers are going to be 3-0. That's crazy.
I mean, the Jim Harbaugh effect.
It really is. I mean,
he took all of John Harbaugh's powers this year. I
mean, J.K. Dobbins has looked insane.
Yeah. That's the one where it's like, all right, let's calm down here. Like he has like 5 ACL injuries in a row. Then he goes to the Chargers and is the best running back in the league. Like, all right, sure.
Yeah, I mean, do I see him holding this up for an entire year? I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. Quentin Johnson looks good.
Their offensive line is legit. That's half of it too. Like
they are. Yeah, I'll take the Chargers here.
You took the Steelers?
Anton? Are you talking to me?
Yes, Anton.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take the Steelers. Justin.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take the Steelers for the 78th week in a row. Let's go, man. Steelers.
I haven't taken them in the first 2 weeks.
Hey, Tony.
Next game we have the Broncos. Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos again. Yeah, let's go.
Listen, Justin Fields is emerging as one of the game's elite quarterbacks, which I always said was going to happen.
He's only Chris Collinsworth. Now
If
here's a guy.
If Russell Wilson was starting right now, this team would be 0-5 through 2 weeks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, but I'm taking the Steelers. The Chargers aren't winning in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they are. This is easy.
I don't like how
Quite
confident
easy.
he was though, Sal. I don't like that.
I don't care.
All right.
Get fucked.
Next up, we have the Denver Broncos.
No way, is it actually? I'm not looking at the screen. I swear to God, I'm looking at the three of us.
Oh, let's go!
At the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is minus 6.5 over under 39.5.
They shit on this team. They shit all over this fucking team, and Sal's gonna pick the Broncos.
Are you taking the Broncos? He is taking the Broncos.
I hate him so much.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos.
Mm-mm.
Fuck you and your betting analytics.
Aw.
I'm taking minus 6.5, and I'm taking
If you
the
bet
over.
on the if you bet on the Buccaneers this week, let me know, Antonio, because I'll definitely bet on the Broncos at that point, because that means they're losing.
Damn, he wants all the smoke.
No, I just if Antonio's like gonna bet on the Buccaneers, they're losing. I just feel that way.
I don't think Antonio's capable of betting against the Broncos. I don't think his thumbs would let him do it.
No, I don't. To put my money on it, I would need to see the Buccaneers cover a spread this big first. But in this podcast, if I'm making a pick, because I also wouldn't want to put my real money on the Broncos covering the spread either, because they suck. I just think it's more likely Buccaneers cover that.
I
mean,
can't
the
sit
Broncos
here.
are really bad.
I can't sit here and say Bo Nix is going to cover this spread against this defense.
Yeah, what?
And I'm taking the over because Tampa Bay scores 40 on their own. How do they not? How do they not? Why is it 39.5?
I don't know, because this game will be gross somehow.
It's gonna go under.
Yeah.
I'm taking the over. Fuck it. All right. Next up, Antonio's third team, the Green Bay Packers at the Tennessee Titans.
Revenge game.
The Titans are minus 2.5.
This is my revenge game.
This is Malik. Oh, this is both of our revenge games, actually.
The over-under is 36.5. Are we just not going to see any points this week?
Golly, Antonio, I wish you didn't say that. Now I have to take the Packers.
He
No,
said,
this
golly.
is a revenge game for me because one of my lowest betting moments ever was it was a Thursday
This is
night
what I'm
game.
talking about. That Thursday night, you drove across the border and then you put fucking 400 on the Packers or whatever because
No,
I was
it was like 220, but we were so confident in that game.
I told him my game of the year and it fucking they got raped. Yeah.
I do remember that. I remember that.
Titans though. Malik Willis is awful.
Oh, you're taking the Titans?
I'm taking the Titans. I'm not betting on the Packers right now.
I'll take my money back from 2019 or whatever it was. I'll take the Packers here.
What an absolute show here on this field with Malik Willis versus Will Levis. I mean, just elite quarterbacks here. The Green Bay Packers center is going to throw up on some more balls.
Telling you, Levis don't lead the league in turnovers.
I really don't know where to go on this game. I'm just going to go with the better team, and that is the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, that's all I got. These two teams are crazy. I don't know. With Malik Willis, this team sucks, but like if it's just Love in there, I'm like, yeah, this team could win the NFC. But then Malik Willis is in there, and I'm like, holy shit, they're dog shit. So I'm gonna take the Green Bay Packers here. But like, fuck.
I'm taking the Packers.
I hate that pick. And also, like, did they say Jordan Love? Like, have they nailed down his timetable yet? Or are they still?
I think it'll be sooner than later, based upon the almost questionable last week to then downgrade to doubtful. I think he's probably closer than initial reports.
Which is nuts. So probably this game and then maybe another game with Malik Willis, and then Jordan Love will be back in, I assume.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, yeah. Okay. Moving on to the worst game, I think, ever in the history of football. We have the Carolina Panthers at the Las Vegas Raiders.
I love this game, bro. I love this game. You know who I'm taking
The
here.
Raiders are minus 5.5. Over-under's 40.5. Why are you taking the Panthers, Sal?
Andy Dalton's in. They hate Bryce Young. This is just an easy cover. Yeah,
Panthers.
Antonio.
I forgot about that today.
Panthers plus.
In my head, I was like, I'm. There's no way I'm picking Bryce Young in a football game, but I did see that.
No.
They're going to start Andy Dalton, which means that maybe you think about starting Adam Thielen in your flex.
I think
you might just hammer Adam.
The Panthers not only cover this, they win this game outright.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes, Nolan. Let's go.
I love the fact that they're finally bringing Andy Dalton in. And anytime this happens, like, the backup always does good, and then they're like, oh, Bryce Young's really that bad, huh? And then then the conversations start happening.
Yeah, then Mel Kiper's going to get pissed when fucking Andy Dalton has a good game.
And like now, and this is only 5.5 because the Raiders beat the fucking Ravens last week. I think that was fucking the most fraudulent win I think ever. They're going to have to get knocked down a peg, and Carolina is going to win this game, and they're going to be embarrassed.
Let's go, boys. Round of fucking Panthers.
How about that?
You like that?
You like that? All right.
Like that?
The Miami Dolphins travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seattle is minus 4.5, over under 41.5.
Like what? 4.5? 4.5, bro.
No Tua. Yeah, 4.5 is kind of nuts.
With Skylar Thompson in, dude, like, come on, man.
Well, who are they looking to sign? They were looking to sign a veteran QB. I saw it.
Bomb Brady.
They should fucking. I'm sure they tried. I'm sure they reached out. Anytime this happens, and he's been flirting with the fact that he's like, oh, I'm ready to go at any time. You have to reach out and be like, Tom, come on. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, come on.
They'd
win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Sal.
They would.
He goes to another Florida team and wins a championship. Then he goes to Jacksonville next year.
Ew.
And wins a championship there.
Are you out on Trevor Lawrence yet?
I don't know.
Well, if you're not out yet, you'll never be out.
So, yeah, they're getting Tyler Huntley, I guess, the Dolphins. I don't know if he'll play this week, but that's who the Dolphins signed.
That's horrible. Why wouldn't they just bring Tannehill back?
I mean, I'm taking, because Tannehill sucks. I'm taking the Seahawks. I really don't care.
I'm not betting the Dolphins in this game.
I'm not betting the Panthers, even though I said that last game.
You can't bet on the Dolphins in this spot.
No.
I'd rather be on the side of Seattle, and then Miami somehow wins. I'll be like, fine. I'm gonna take Seattle minus 4.5 at home. Miami's got to travel all that way. I mean, come on. This is just a losing recipe.
Agreed.
All right. Next game. Another interesting game here. The Detroit Lions head to Glendale, Arizona to face the Arizona Cardinals. Detroit is minus 3 on the road, over under 52.5. So finally a fucking normal over under. Antonio, how do we feel about this one?
I think I like Detroit.
That's it. That's all you got?
Very in-depth right there, Antonio. Way to give some hard-hitting analysis.
It's just your initial reaction?
It's just the right pick this game.
All right.
Because my heart really wants to take the Cardinals.
Right. My whole thing, I am also taking the Lions, and I will tell you why. The Arizona Cardinals are good. Don't get me wrong. They're not great. I will take the Detroit Lions off of a loss anytime. I think they might stomp the Cardinals in this game. I
Oof.
think they win by 3 touchdowns.
I really want to take the Cardinals, and you guys are like kind of swaying me to take the Lions.
I mean, the Cardinals coming off that win against the Rams are +3 at home. Like why?
I can see Detroit like starting to look at like getting back into form this game.
This is a perfect get back game for them.
That's how good they are.
Yeah, this is a perfect get back game for them. A chance to have a team that's kind of like up and coming, and kind of like force them down a peg, because Arizona's going to be going into this game thinking like, oh, we can really test our team against like a really high caliber team, and it's just going to be the big brother slapping the little brother around.
But you guys have made some very good points, so I'm going to take the Cardinals +3.
You were always taking the Cardinals +3. There was nothing we could have said. I could have been like, Sal, I time traveled to Sunday and saw the score of this game, and you'd be like, I'm taking Arizona +3.
I think Sal thought I was going to be with him there.
I did. I honestly did.
And don't get me wrong, Arizona is good. I said that they weren't. They are. I don't think that they're like good enough against this team.
Me and Antonio never argued they're the best team in the NFL. I just said they were a playoff team, and Antonio completely agreed with me. They still might not even be, but I think they can easily be a playoff team this year.
They can win the Super Bowl.
All right, buddy.
I think they are a borderline, and that's even being generous. I think they're a borderline playoff team.
I think they sneak in, but yeah.
All
Marvin
right.
Harrison looked good for a half last week.
Yeah, and then he ran cardio for a half.
Yeah, he had a good half. He is slow though, huh? He's not the fastest.
Not the fastest. Not the slowest. Definitely not the fastest though.
All right. Next game, another really good game, especially from where these two teams came from last week. The Baltimore Ravens at the Dallas Cowboys. The Ravens are -1.5 on the road in Dallas. Over-unders 48.5. This line is very interesting.
I feel like these teams are in such similar situations right now for some reason. Like don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know who to pick in this game.
This game is borderline like a must-win for both of these teams. I feel like.
Right, but like, are the Ravens really going 0-3?
The Ravens are very fraudulent. The Cowboys are definitely winning this game. Dallas.
I don't know. I think this line is very telling. This line is very, very telling. I'm not really confident in this game.
I think they're begging you to take Baltimore here. I think they're like, Baltimore's the favorite. They're gonna win this game.
I think it's the opposite. I think they're begging you to take Dallas here. Everyone's gonna look at this and go, Dallas is an underdog at home.
Because I don't think anyone wants to take Dallas after the smackdown from last week. I don't think anybody wants to. And now it's just like, we're gonna handle Baltimore -1 because it's like, all right, Baltimore's a quote unquote good team and should beat Dallas. I think this is a trap. I think this and the Chargers game, 2 really easy picks. I really like Dallas here.
I agree with your logic. I'm just on the opposite end of it. I don't think there's any situation where people aren't betting on Dallas. That's just the way it works.
That's fair. That's fair. But...
And they're coming off of, this was their first loss at home in like so long. Didn't they win like 16 games in a row at home?
They won a lot, but like.
So you're telling me they're gonna give them +1.5 at home, and people aren't gonna be fucking foaming at the mouth for this?
They got their shit destroyed Sunday. Like people just.
I understand. I understand, but it's still the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna take Baltimore here.
This game probably comes down to last drive, and I would take Dak in a last drive over Lamar Jackson. That's all I'm saying. So Cowboys.
Oh, that's a tough choice.
I'm taking Baltimore here.
Yeah, both of them suck, but I'll at least take Dak.
I'm taking Dallas.
Let's go, Antonio. Come on.
Both of these teams suck right now at this moment in time. But I think at the end of the season we're talking about a different conversation. But yeah, this is that's a tough one. All right. Next game. The San Francisco 49ers are heading down to Los Angeles to play the Los Angeles Rams. 49ers are -7.5 on the road without Debo, without CMC. Over under 43.5. What a wonderful game this is.
These teams usually play close games.
They
Is my
do or
initial
don't?
thought. Do, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, if there was ever a time for the Rams to beat them, it would be this week.
Yeah, I mean, they're missing guys too, but I mean, I just feel like 7's a lot for this game right now, considering
It's in LA. Well,
San Francisco's position.
It doesn't really matter because LA doesn't have a home field.
A great point. I just think it's a lot. I don't know. I wonder
how many?
what
All right, hold on.
public
How many
is on
points?
this game.
How many points do the Rams score in this game? Realistically, 14, 17,
Can't be that many.
17,
Yeah.
14. So can
Yeah, maybe San Francisco just like nobody's really expecting them to, and maybe they just end up looking really good right here.
San Fran probably gets 24-27. So I'll take San Fran, even though I don't.
I'm gonna go to San Francisco too. I take back what I said.
I'm going under in this game. I'm gonna go with my initial gut just because I want to, and that's to take the Rams to cover this giant spread against two teams that are kind of wobbling and like struggling, gasping for air in terms of injuries. Brock Purdy didn't look that great last week. I think McVay is gonna have a good game plan, like he always does. And yeah, I'll take the Rams to cover the 7.5. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. All right, we all picked, right? All right.
Yes.
All right, Sunday night, the Kansas City Chiefs head down to Atlanta after Atlanta's big win.
Oh, weird.
The Chiefs.
The reason the Falcons couldn't lose Monday night. Sorry.
The Chiefs are -3.5 on the road, over under 46.5. Go ahead, Sal.
The reason the Falcons could not lose that game Monday night was because of this game. They weren't going to make Atlanta look 0-2 shitty. Like, they weren't going to be 0-2 shit pile sandwich playing the Chiefs in this game. They had to hype it up a little bit. Saying that, I think the Chiefs should kick their ass. But something in me wants to take the Falcons. I want to play the Falcons card.
Yeah, I mean, especially after last night, they're like, the Falcons aren't that bad.
Yeah. What's Antonio's take on this game?
Oh, the Chiefs. Chiefs. I don't have a doubt in my mind.
No doubt. A no doubter from Antonio.
A no doubter. I do like the Atlanta defense. I really do. I think that they're pretty good, especially with Matt Judon there now. They have a little bit of a pass rush. I don't think that they really make it that difficult for Patrick Mahomes. They definitely could. Like, I don't know. It's so weird, dude. It's like you want to say that Patrick Mahomes looks elite all of the time, but he really doesn't. Like, there are some games, especially early in the season, where he looks kind of bad. And it's like, it's really strange. And then at the end of the game, he goes back to his like elite, I'm going to win 3 Super Bowls in a row, Patrick Mahomes. I don't like Travis Kelce. He's looked really fucking old and slow. I like Rashee Rice. I like Xavier Worthy. Do they just have monster games this game? Probably. They have no Pacheco now. He's on the IR. We missed him. I just feel like I have to take the Chiefs here. I feel like I have.
I'm taking the Falcons. I'm taking the Falcons, and they're winning. That's what I just decided.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs. This is just, I don't know. This is a weird game, though. I'm really hoping that this does turn into like a really, really good game, and we get, another really close primetime football game. But I almost feel like the Chiefs might just handle this game and like be very good. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs -3.5. All right. Now we have 2 Monday night games. I always hate this because I'm just like, put one of them in 4 o'clock. Just like last week, we have 10 1 o'clock games and then 3 4 o'clock games. Why do they do that? We'll never know. I also hate this doubleheader on Monday bullshit when they're going at the same time. It was fine when they did like one at like 7 or whatever and then one at 10. Why are we not doing that anymore? Why are we doing them at the same time?
I don't know. I don't love it either.
It's so fucking annoying. All right. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are minus 4.5 at home, over under 45.5. Does Jacksonville have a chance in this game?
No.
Why is it 4.5?
Because they want you to think Jacksonville has a chance in this game.
Antonio?
It's the Bills, man.
It's just the Bills?
The Bills.
You make it sound like it's so simple, doesn't he? He says it like he's like yeah, like it's just the Bills. And
Antonio's like if you asked AI for a pick, like that's what it would say. Like
it comes back, it's just the Bills, man.
It's just the Bills this week. Like it is though. It's the Bills.
Yeah, they're for sure 4 points better than this team.
At home,
yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. They've just looked really good so far.
Yeah,
I don't know how on an extra 3 days rest on a Monday night you don't take the 4.5 with the Bills. I mean, if the Jaguars cover, I think you'd have to tip your hat, but I'll take the Bills.
I think this Jacksonville team is not great. I think I was probably 90% out on Trevor Lawrence after last year. I think I'm fully out on him.
Good.
For the foreseeable future, because he is just really fucking bad. He's really fucking bad.
Yeah, Antonio, he's really bad.
They give him weapons. He does nothing with them. He goes 7-2, and then since then has been the worst quarterback I think I've ever seen.
What are his weapons right now?
Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Calvin Ridley, Travis Etienne.
No Calvin Ridley.
Or no Calvin Ridley, sorry. But like
Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
Davis.
Did fucking Gabe Davis have a great year in Buffalo last year? No.
He's had some decent years.
We're really complaining about his weapons when there's quarterbacks that play way better and have way worse weapons.
No, true. It's very true. But I'm also not going to pretend like Christian Kirk is some elite receiver.
I'm not saying
he's looked better. He's looked better with like the same amount of talent on the team 2 years ago and the first
Christian Kirk has been one of the top receivers in fantasy the past like 3 years.
I've been the top receiver in fantasy the last 3 years.
But like
okay. He's been up there. He's been up there, especially 2 years ago, or was it last year?
Never top 10.
Bro, Trevor Lawrence sucks. Stop it.
He's not good this year.
It just seems like their system is broken down where like they just don't have it anymore. I mean, Travis Etienne is like that's their best player, and he's like 4'2". Like it's just like they got nothing over there. I don't see them making this game close at all. I can't wait for them to beat the Bills now that we all said that. All right. The last game of the week, Washington Commanders at the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati's minus 7.5, over under 48.5. What is this game?
That spread is so free.
For who? He's like, you figured it out.
He's like Stu on Advisors. He's like Stu on Advisors. He sells the Primetime picks.
Yeah, he hides his last pick behind a paywall. Yeah. The Commanders and Bengals pick.
Ew, that cough was so gross. That you had to mute it, bro.
He hawked a loogie, bro. Okay, so which team did you pick?
I'm taking.
You're so fucking funny, dude. He's so funny.
No, it's the Bengals, though. Bengals by a lot.
I'm taking the Commanders just because he said it was free and then he like threw up in his mouth. So that's my only logic.
I gotta take the Bengals here, dude. I can't mess around. You know what I have to say about that? Fuck you. You actually just spray paint your phone. That'd be funny as fuck.
And then you're gonna freak out.
Do it. Spray it on your phone.
Okay. Pick 3 time.
Yeah, I know I went 1 and 2. I don't know if you guys know what you want.
You two went 1 and 2. I went 2 and 1.
Nice.
So I get to pick the order, and I am going first.
Wow. Okay.
Number 1. Give me the fucking Detroit Lions -3.
Wow.
They're winning big in this comeback from a loss. Number 2. Give me the fucking Atlanta Falcons +3.5 against the. I think I took the Chiefs too. Now I'm thinking about it when we picked this. Give me the Atlanta Falcons +3.5. I have to stick with it. I'm not changing it now. And last but not least, give me the Cincinnati Bengals -7.5. They win big against the fucking dog shit Commanders.
All right.
How about that for a pick 3, huh, Sal?
Good job.
Is that 3-0 or what?
It sounds like 3-0 to me.
Definitely not. Now that I switched my pick.
Maybe that was the loser and you switched it to the winner.
But I wrote this like hours ago though.
Who's drawing next?
Antonio's going next.
So I'll start where you finished. The Bengals are going to beat the shit out of the dog shit Commanders.
Yes.
The Bills are going to beat the shit out of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the two Monday night
double Monday night favorite. Interesting.
double Monday night favorites play them. And then the Saints, man.
Wow.
Saints are beating the Eagles, and they're covering that spread.
Wow.
Wow.
I like that
All
out
right.
of you. I like that out of you.
Fucking idiots.
I like that out of you.
I mean, I loved the Chargers. I feel like that one was pretty obvious. So Chargers +1.5. I also love Dallas. I'll take Dallas +1. I think they win that
I
game
almost
pretty
went
easily.
down.
And last but not least, I'm taking Carolina.
Wow. That's right. I forgot about Carolina.
I love that out of you, Sal.
I like my pick 3 this week. All right, so like there's weeks where I come in and I'm like, I like the board this week. I like the board very much so this week.
The board is talking to us. Very nice. All right. Let's build a lineup. We have yet to build a winning lineup. Or actually, maybe the first week we did. I think I may have won like $2 from it. But let's do one for this week. Starting off with, should we start? I feel like, what do you think is the best strategy for building these? Do you start with a wide receiver?
I've never done one.
Well, you have to target high scoring games. That's number one. So you wanna stack a quarterback and a receiver in a high scoring game, and then you want another player on the opposite team in that game. That's kind of how you're supposed to build it.
Okay. So which one do we think is going to be?
Goff and Amon-Ra?
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, Detroit and Arizona would be the obvious one.
Detroit and Minnesota.
Arizona.
Oh my God, is Amon-Ra fucking hurt?
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's a Laporta week then. Maybe it's Goff and Laporta.
We had Laporta last week though.
Double down.
All right. So we want to go Goff too. Okay.
Goff.
And then who do we like on Arizona?
Bring it back with like Marvin or James Conner, whichever one you think.
Why like James Conner?
We could go James Conner. There he is.
Yeah, let's build the worst fantasy lineup ever.
I'm pretty sure the one we built last week was really fucking bad.
I mean, this is pretty
The
awful.
one we picked last week was so bad.
But now we have a high scoring game and we leave ourselves with the ability to get like.
Oh wait, Jamar Chase.
I don't think he can't. Is it only Sunday games?
Yeah, it's only Sunday games.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb.
Is Baltimore and Dallas going to be a high scoring one?
I think CeeDee Lamb gets his regardless in that game.
Okay,
I
I like that. We're probably gonna need like a low level running back.
Wow, JK.
We took him last week too. Do we take
He had
the
a good
same?
week. He had a good week.
He did, yeah, he did. I think he was the only player that did well for us.
Pollard?
Tony Pollard?
I like
Yeah.
Tony Pollard. All right. Now we're going to have slim pickings on our wide receivers here, I think. We're going to have to go find some value, gentlemen.
Go to one of the Chiefs guys then.
Shaheed?
I don't hate that. You really don't have to scroll down.
I mean, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, Worthy's not a bad show, actually.
I think Worthy's a good pick.
Pick our defense, and then we can see how much we have left.
All right, which game do we think was going to be a low-scoring game?
Carolina's defense, they're going to get fired up against fucking... Yeah, I want them.
I don't know if I like that.
Yes. They're going to be fired up this game, Nolan.
Okay.
Against Gardner Minshew, like, it's not like they're fucking world beaters. Like,
no, but they have Devontae Adams that they have to fucking contain.
Carolina's JC Horn's fine. Like,
all right. Let's see. What do we got left? We got 6,700 left. Not bad. We got
Charbonnet, I don't hate.
Do we want a wide receiver or running back?
Just whoever's gonna score more.
How much do we have
I
left?
don't like Charbonnet because I think Kenneth Walker's gonna be back in.
What about Olave?
We already have Shaheed.
Oh.
Unless we think that the Saints absolutely. Well, we could put Olave in and then
we put Bo Nix in.
Ayuk, dude.
Ayuk might not be bad.
Yeah, I think Ayuk's actually a good pick here.
That's a really good pick. I'm surprised he's that low.
I mean, he didn't do like anything last week, so
that's a good lineup.
Now there's no Debo. He's going to be the guy to go to.
That lineup looks good. That's not a bad lineup.
I like it. We got Jared Goff, James Conner, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, Rashid Shaheed, Xavier Worthy, Sam Laporta, Brandon Ayuk, and Carolina Panthers defense.
Let's go Carolina Panthers defense.
I don't know about the Carolina Panthers defense, but we're going to go low level so we could get Ayuk. So
yeah, sounds like the worst team we picked yet.
We have wait, let's see if we can get who can we get for 6 or for 7,000 on running backs? Okay, nobody.
Wait, did you just take out I don't know, dude. I like Pollard.
Pollard's good.
Or Aaron Jones.
Nah, Pollard over Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
This is fine. This is good.
I like that. All right. That is all, gentlemen. Do we have anything else?
One surefire touchdown score, then we can sign out.
Sam Laporta.
This one's crazy. This is one of my craziest ones. Yeah, actually. Dakota Prescott is rushing in a touchdown this week.
Okay, I like that. I like that, and I like
right,
you.
John. I like both of you.
All right, gentlemen. It's been real, gentlemen. Until next week.
See you boys next week.
Later.
Adios.